Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently looking to conquer some printing presses. Now let's take a quick look here at what we've got going on here. We've got a little work to do if we want to get printing presses. I think that's pretty obvious. We should go after Mercuria. That is the clear choice here. Dongola, what are you guys allied with? Nothing. Independence guaranteed by Yemen. Okay. I think we can work with this. So let's get this force already moving its way up to Tajura, and we're going to stop drilling over here. Excellent. We'll prepare for this, and I want to see, we wanted to spend our money for right now on upgrading our monument here. So 4,500 is a lot, but we'll definitely get there. And I did want to see, now that we've finished out our quantity, I wanted to see what our force limit was. That's real high. Okay, that's great. I don't actually care about dissidents in Yemen. We're going to decline. I don't want to pay money to them. So that'll be okay. Now we need to keep in mind that we are behind the times on admin tech right now, and we should definitely be working on attempting to do some vassalization. We are currently working on annexation, and I mean, Aden could definitely use improved relations. Let's go ahead and work on that. Actually, we can royal marry them, and that would be great. We'll go ahead and do that immediately, and then we'll improve relations with them just as soon as we can. So that'll be fine. That'll use up one of our diplomats there. And do we have a CB up this direction? That's the next question. So we'll improve relations over here, and let's see, no CB. We do have a CB on Mercuria. So let's go ahead and start working on, where are we? Here we go, building a spy network on Dongola. That'll be fine. And we can also purchase an ability. We are in the Age of Reformation at this point. And that means that we could do religion enforcement. I don't think we're going to have issues with our religion being reformed. War score cost versus other religions is nice. Merc discipline. Institution spread in true faith provinces is really good for us right now, but we do have that. So we're actually still in this golden age. We're still in Age of Reformation here. I, for some reason, was thinking the next one had started, but that's in 64 months. So we're not going to have this for very long, but I guess we'll do prestige per development from missionary. I guess that'll be fine. Speaking of missionaries, we are currently working on converting Mapemba, which is our biggest unity province, and we need to bring up our religious unity here, that is for sure. That needs to happen, and that is something that we are working on. We're also working on our colonies. We're filling in these locations and also working on colonizing out over this way. Now, this is not us. I know it looks fairly similar, but it's not us. Spain is also not us. We're the gold one. And it is glorious. I honestly didn't know this was the color of Zimbabwe when I named this Golden Mutapa. And I mean, we're not really Mutapa anymore, but it's, you know, close enough. So we definitely do want to attack Dongola as soon as we can. What do we have up here for a supply limit? Oh, that's fine. We can go sit there. And then we're going to want to attack Mercuria and Yemen simultaneously. So that's all something to think about. And also something to think about is the fact that we do need admin power to get additional admin tech. So that is important to us. And the real question is, what are we focusing right now? We are focusing admin. Okay, that sounds good. Yao wants military access. Pass. What are they doing? Not much. They're allied with Songhai now. I'm not surprised by that. And we're going to want to attack Songhai soon. Oh, they're Miltech 10? That's kind of free, if I'm honest. What's Europe at these days? Britain's at 15, 15, 16, 16. So around 15 to 16 is where Europe's at. Now, we're a little behind that, but we're not tremendously behind. I would argue that 10 is tremendously behind. Now, we do definitely need to get printing press. That is absolutely our top priority right now, and it is spreading in some of our territory. So we're very glad to see that. Unfortunately, this is not true faith over here. So it's not going to be boosted in like any of these locations. That is definitely something that we need to think about. But we do have the 30% institution spread boost from being at peace, positive stability, and trading in coffee. So that is all reasonably fine. Drilling has paid off over here. That's great. How are we doing on our spy network? 15.27. So we will have that done soon enough. When are we going to be able to get Miltech 14? About 2 years. Okay. Like a year and a half, to be fair. Okay, sounds good. Yemen's opinion of Zimbabwe, or we gain 1% missionary strength here, but we do lose religion in one province. This is 20 years of 1% missionary strength. I feel like this is worth it. I feel like that's worth it. So we should be able to finish this much faster now. Instead of 1.5%, it is now 2.5%. That's a huge, huge deal. This religious unity has, of course, changed. Okay, that's fine. We are, however, up to 92% religious unity, and that's great. I'm very pleased about that. We, of course, do want to continue converting all of these, but that'll be a long-term project, and we're probably just going to continue to fall behind on it. Now, we are about to finish up our spy network here, and in fact, we can fabricate a claim, and we're going to do exactly that on Dongola, and we will stop building our spy network, pull that diplomat back, and we're going to need the diplomat to declare war here. So we will do a conquest CB just as soon as our diplomat is back. There we go. We have declared war. These guys can keep drilling. And honestly, we're not going to need this army. They can drill for now. In we go. Yeah, they're up here right now. That's okay. I'm going to let them be where they are. We're going to hotkey out one unit, and then we're going to send these guys over here to stack wipe them, but they stopped. So we're going to go up to their capital, and it looks like we catch them there. And that's beautiful. Then we're going to leave an optimal force here to siege. Yep, that's a stack wipe, and we need 3 regiments. So all we're going to do is we're going to just leave our cannon. I don't believe that we need infantry, but we'll double check that. I think this will do. This war is now over, and yeah, it looks like we are continuing to progress, so that's great. We'll just move these guys back on over. Already breached the walls. That's fantastic. So we are currently very close to capped on manpower. I don't necessarily like that, but we'll spend that on our upgrade. And we'll have that cash very shortly, actually. We've pretty much got the cash right now. We'll get these guys drilling while our force sieges. And let's hop down over here, and bam. Do it. So that's going to take how long? That's like 40 years, but we can accelerate it with 10,000 manpower. And we can do that a number of times here. Now I'm just going to spend this down to, I don't know, like 20,000 manpower. We're just, this is a very ethical thing that we're doing here. I'm going to spend it down like that. But yes, that is extremely ethical. And we're going to go ahead and start converting in Mombasa next. Fantastic. So we can build province improvements, of course, and let's see if there's any of those that we want to do. Not at the moment. We'll just wait for additional cash. Excellent. So we are gaining about 1,000 manpower per month, which means that we can do this about once a year, this whole advancement. I'm going to do this one more time. Lose 50 military power. I feel like that reinforced speed isn't important right now. We're just going to take the legitimacy hit. Legitimacy is rough, but that's okay. We're going to disband these lads. That gives us 4K manpower. That's always nice. And we're going to want to start annexing one of these guys if we can, but I really strongly doubt that we can right now. We have annexed a lot of vassals recently. And we have to wait for that malice to go down a little bit. What is that penalty right now? 130. Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised about that. We're going to... Actually, do we bring these guys in as a vassal? We're having a hard time annexing right now. We have to give that a chill. Now, I want to bring them in as a vassal because I don't want to spend admin power coring this right now, but I feel like we don't have a huge amount of choice here. So we'll just do it this way. I mean, that's only like 70 admin power, so that's fine. Now, that doesn't actually net us any access to printing press, right? So that's fine. But what that does do is that cleans up a little bit over here as we prepare to fight Makuria and Yemen. Which is, of course, the current overall goal. So we're going to bring these guys together and get them back drilling. That'll be fine. We have no need of manpower at this exact moment, and so we will use 10,000 manpower to move this forward by about 2 years. And you can see here we've taken it from, what was that, 1646 down to 1625. So we've cut half of the time for this upgrade by spending manpower. I love that mechanic. That is so good. We don't need to be near our cap on manpower. That is not a thing that is necessary. We can create manufactories, and I'm very happy about that. We're not going to spend diplomatic power right now. We're going to lose trade efficiency. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it'll have to do. What dip tech do we need? 14 to be able to construct in ivory. Okay. Sounds good. I mean, we're working our way towards that. Early modern administration will be done in August of this year, so just a couple of months there. I'm very pleased about that as well. How are we doing with our estates? We need our nobility's opinion to come up a fair amount before we can seize more crownland, so we're not going to do that. Said, we could just eat the rebels and not care. That is a possibility. I'm not sure it's a great possibility, though. Especially since we definitely want to be attacking Makuria at some point soon. They are guaranteed by Yemen, and that's fine. But we can definitely do this. We can fight Yemen, we can fight Makuria. We would need to be in position for that, and we would take attrition up there. However, we can immediately grab Miltech 14. That gives us access to bastions that we don't care about. That gives us access to better cavalry, 2 combat width, and 0.3 infantry fire. It's not bad. We're going to take it. And does that give us unbalanced research? Probably a little bit. Yeah, that does. And we're going to then switch our Mossy Horsemen over to African Hussars. Excellent. And from there, we also need to expand our standard army, which is fine. Our combat width is now 29. I'm going to keep our 4 cavalry units for flanking. So we're going to need to move each of these up from 23 to 25. And we shouldn't run into supply limit issues in theory. Yeah, we'll be okay. It's not going to be amazing, but it'll be fine. Our next Miltech nets us, 1 land morale and 0.25 military tactics. That is, and a new infantry type. That is huge. So, Miltech 15 is a big bump. Makuria is 14, Yemen is 15. We need to keep that in mind. We're going to be at a big disadvantage against their troops. I believe we have the numbers to make it happen, but we still need to keep that in mind. We can build additional manufactories, and that is definitely something that I want to do. We'll do something along the lines of that. Perfect. And there's our admin tech 12. So that gives us another 100 governing cap, as well as access to state houses. Perfect. That means that we can make states, and so we shall. This does mean that we're going to be a bit short on admin power for a bit, because we need to make these territorial cores into full cores. That's all the states that we can make at this moment. Yes, you can min-max those and try to find the ones that'll make you the most money. I generally don't bother with that. That's fine. Spain did the first circumnavigation. Good for you, Spain. Good for you. So, I mean, we're going to sort this by cost here, and we'll just make our way through here. This will take time. Excellent. And this is the reason why I'm a little bit not in a hurry to declare war on Mercuria and Yemen right now, because we're behind time in our admin tech currently, and that's not tremendously great. So that's definitely something to consider. 2% production efficiency is okay, but actually that's pretty good. Trade efficiency and access to brigs. Okay, so both these level 13 techs we definitely want to go for. There's no doubt about that. And I think, let's see here. These are dropping annually, right? Right. We can bump this up by another 30. This one over here. Yeah, this Kaffa's going to be rough. There's no doubt about that. Basoga's going to be fairly rough as well. Let's go ahead and start royal marrying and improving relations with them as well. As far as Luba goes, they can be bumped up by some 87. We mostly need to wait on those annexed vassal malices. That's mostly what's happening here. We can royal marriage in Kazembe. That'll be fine. Actually, we might be able to get this one up high enough. I think we can. It might take a little time, but I think we can get Kazembe annexed. Now, that's not going to help these others, that's for sure. But we need to be working away at this and spending dip power on that. So that'll be fine. We're going to continue to core some of these territorial cores back into full cores. That will be fantastic. And in Kazembe, we're going to improve relations. Now, can we trade favors for trust? Sure. I was wondering if we could trade favors for opinion. That doesn't appear to be a thing. Good to know. Yemen wants military access. We decline. And we can actually toss another 10,000 manpower at improving our project in our capital by another 730 days. Excellent. So that's another 2 years. So 1623 is the new finish date. That's great. We're very pleased. We can also spend cash, and that's not that much cash, actually. 250 gold? I'm going to spend some of that. Because we want that tech cost reduction. That's the primary reason that we're doing this. I don't think I'm going to spend much more than that. Oh, 20 free prestige. We're over cap on that, so that's not great, but it's okay. Really, I do think, now that I think about this a little bit more, I think that spending cash on this is maybe a mistake. Spending manpower, I'm okay with, but the cash can be invested in getting more cash, and this doesn't get us more cash. Unless it does. No, it doesn't. Okay. I mean, we can upgrade our centers of trade, and that's maybe not the worst idea. So, like, if we come down to Cape, we can upgrade this because it's at the lowest level. So let's go ahead and upgrade that. And we can upgrade it again, but it requires 25 development. Fair enough. But we can upgrade that, and we can also upgrade some of our other centers of trade. So like Safala here, that could be upgraded, except it needs the development. This is a level 1, and so we'll upgrade it to level 2. I think we have no real reason to have level 1 centers of trade right now. Like, is there a reason for that? I don't think there is. It requires 10 development. Okay, so in locations where it doesn't have 10 development, sure. But that's few and far between. Well, that doesn't have 10 development. Okay. But yeah, I definitely think that we should be doing this. That also gives us some other bonuses, including institution spread, which is great. I'm very pleased to see that. So that's all of our coastal ones there, unless there are some over here, which there actually are. But it has to be in a state. Okay, good to know. We're going to continue to core over here. But that should give us some boons, primarily in the growth of global trade. That is our main boon that's going to have there. Printing press, on the other hand, we desperately need. Hejaz has embraced it, and that will be useful for us. But it's really, really struggling to spread down this way. So we need to conquer our way north. There's no doubt about that. Okay. So Makuria we want to declare on quite soon. That will involve Yemen, and that's okay. Allied with Hadramaut. We're okay with that too. I feel like that's fine. Okay, so we could switch our primary cult. Do we still have a primary cult? I should check that. Yeah, we do. Fantastic. What else can we do over here? We could convert. We could abolish our elite armed regiments. I'm not going to do any of that. This is fine. Our manpower gains we will maintain for right now because we will need some reinforcement once we declare this. Hadramaut will join, and we're okay with that, so we will go ahead and declare this soon. If we co-belligerent Yemen, Mara would come in. I don't even know who Mara is. Oh, these guys! Okay. That's cute. Maybe we allow that. If we co-belligerent Hadramaut, Delhi would come in. That we don't want. Okay. What if we co-belligerent Mara? Baluchistan. Okay, I don't know where they are. We'll not co-belligerent them. I think it'll be something along the lines of this. Now we need to keep in mind we might get some aggressive expansion with the Ottomans. The Ottomans are spooky to us. That's the thing. Before we start this, they do have some aggressive expansion already. We're going to just go up and improve relations with the Ottomans. As I said, the Ottomans are spooky to us, and the reason for that is they're Miltech 17. Also, they have more troops than we do. By a large margin. We do not want to be enemies with the Ottomans right now. The Ottomans are currently the #1 world power. We have been bumped down by Spain and France, but that's only because of our institutions, to be clear. We're going to need to work on bulking up our military numbers if we want to rival the Ottomans and start taking territory from them. That is something that we can do. But for right now, our primary focus has to be on institutions. We're not too concerned about global trade, right? Global trade will easily be done here soon enough. Like, we're making good progress on that. No worries there. Manufactories is a ways off, still 41 years. Printing press, on the other hand, we need. And it's barely spreading. I feel like we have to go up and conquer up this way. But it is definitely risky. We do not want to make the Ottomans upset. That is what we care about. Hopefully, they're looking to the north and to the west, and they're not looking down here. That's what we're hoping for here. But we can go ahead and declare this, and we'll do that. We're probably going to leave Makuria as a vassal state and annex over this way. That's probably what we're going to do. Now, Yemen calls in Mara, who will probably just annex, and we'll just do this. These units are not needed for war. Keep drilling. Thank you very much. There we go, and we'll head on in over here and over here, except that they control this strait. We'll just park here until they leave or until we get around to bringing boats up to fight them off. I mean, we have our mothballed heavy ships over here, which is cute, I guess. We'll unmothball them for now. With that, though, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to fight this war. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.